Welcome back everybody to 3170s Horrors for Halloween, where I'm counting down my favorite horror movies from the 1970s. So, my number 16 spot is going to piss off a few people. I'm gonna say my next two spots are going to enrage people that these movies are so low. At number 16, we have the classic zombie movie, Dawn of the Dead.
When there's no more room in hell, the dead will walk the earth.
I know, it's sacrilegious to have Dawn of the Dead so low on a list of 70s horror movies. Let me explain myself. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know that I used to be a zombie fan, but I've gotten kinda sick of the genre because of the bombardment of all the zombie-related material that's come out over the years. I think the zombie genre has become oversaturated, and because of that, I've kinda gotten tired of the genre. For the longest time, I would say that Dawn of the Dead was my favorite zombie movie. But again, as I've gotten tired of the lack of variety in the genre over the years, it's kind of dropped down a little for me because I've grown more fond of zombie movies that are different from the genre. But Dawn of the Dead is still a fantastic movie.
No! Roger?
We got this, man. We got this by the ass.
Even though I am tired of the zombie genre, there's still zombie movies I like, and there are still zombie movies I love. I still love Dawn of the Dead. I mean, it's one of my favorite 70s horror movies. It would probably make, if I were to do a list of my top 50 horror movies, it would probably be in there somewhere. It just, because of the lack of variety in zombie movies, it has dropped down a little for me. But I will never stop praising this movie. I will never call it a bad movie. It is a fantastic movie, and it's up there on so many lists of best horror movies of all time. I'm not going to disagree with that. This is just personal choice here. Yes, Dawn of the Dead is one of the greatest zombie movies of all time. It was the sequel to Night of the Living Dead, which is one of the most influential horror movies ever. But as influential as Night of the Living Dead was, Dawn of the Dead was the movie that solidified what zombies were. I mean, yeah, it's a movie that satirizes consumerism. You know, it's hard for me to talk about Dawn of the Dead because so many people have talked about Dawn of the Dead, so it's hard for me to talk about it without repeating what so many other people have said. But, you know, I mean, hey, the reason so many people say good things about Dawn of the Dead is because Dawn of the Dead is that good. Tom Savini did the gore effects for it, and you can see the start to his gore. You can see, you know, you can tell that, okay, he's starting here and he's gonna grow from here, but the gore is still very well done in the movie. The mall setting is a perfect setting, you know, because, you know, there's so much going on. There's so much in a mall that can be used for not just zombie movies, but movies in general. The color of the zombies looks a little goofy, but I don't mind it. I think it works pretty well. I mean, you know, the zombies in Dawn of the Dead stand out. When you think of zombies, the zombies from Dawn of the Dead are gonna pop into your head. Yeah, the blue color looks kinda goofy, but it helps them stand out. I mean, you love the characters in this movie. Peter is one of the greatest protagonists in a horror movie.
You better screw your head on.
Yeah, come on. Let's go.
I mean it, man! Now you're not just playing with your life, you're playing with mine.
Ken Foree is fantastic. He has this great expressions on his face. You know, he has really good face acting. You know, wordless great acting. Like, the scene that always hit me was when he has to shoot Roger a second time, you know, when Roger becomes a zombie, and he's just waiting for Roger to rise back up. And that scene always hit me really hard because of his facial expressions. It's fantastic.
Sound like just a bunch of people talking, a bunch of
This is not
scientists without
political
actually
rhetoric.
figuring
We're not
it out.
fighting. This is not the Republicans versus the Democrats. They've got us.
And I love how the characters, you know, plan. I love how they make plans for how they're going to deal with the zombies. How are they going to keep them from breaking into the store? You know, just the plans. I like the fact that these people plan, because a lot of times in horror movies, people don't have a plan. You know, I've said this before, one of my pet peeves in horror movies is when the only thing moving the plot forward is people making dumb decision after dumb decision after dumb decision. I know people are going to make mistakes in stressful situations, but I like it when the characters are smart. And the characters in Dawn of the Dead are very smart.
Some kind of passageway over the tops of these stores. I don't know if it's just heating ducts or some kind of access. I saw it on a map.
Yes, as tired as I am of the zombie genre, I will always love Dawn of the Dead. You know, it might come back, it might raise up a few spaces as the years go on, but for right now, I have it here, and I think this is a good spot for it. I mean, yes, it is kind of low for a classic like this, but I would not put it in my top 31 list if I did not love the movie. Stay tuned for number 15. I have a feeling you people are going to be very mad at me for this.